So I'm about to go to Montana for the second time to do this trip for Two Pines Properties, which is my cousin's company, making a video. And my city, Kansas City, just declared a state of emergency. Nice, guys. I truly don't understand it, and I'm not somebody that likes to be involved in like the panic of things. I also feel like as a responsible citizen, I understand like older people are at risk of dying from this, sick people are at risk of dying from this, people with cancer. My only concern is like economically, like we all gotta work. We can't shut this place down. This week has been a little bit draining already. I've already lost one job due to the coronavirus. And one big event, Video Marketing World, just canceled. So anyway, I'm looking for a little pick-me-up, and I'm going up to Montana to finish a project that I started in January. I'm making a little promo for my cousin's rental property company and a little sizzle reel for the town of Big Sky in Montana, which is just a precious little ski town, snow town, you know, one of those outdoor places where cool people go to retire at a young age of like 19. And that'll be dope. Today was a weird day. March Madness. Airports were weird. Everything's weird. Well, after all yesterday's coronavirus bullshit, I slept great. And today's gonna be a good day out here in Big Sky. We're about to go skiing.
Trump's on it. I mean, it could go all the way back down to Madison Bays, and I wouldn't need his lift ticket.
But I mean, like, I won't be able to drive and pick you up. You have to like hike out with your skis.
It's bad.
So we had a great morning. We shot some stuff of Wes riding his fat bike through the snow, which was pretty sweet, with a drone. We did some snowshoeing, which didn't turn out at all because it turns out you need powder to snowshoe, and we didn't have any of that. So that was too bad. And right now we're gonna go skiing on like a little private ski hill type thing to get some shots of skiing because we're making a promo for the town of Big Sky, Montana. We're looking for a ski access point to get Wes somehow on this damn bridge. Is it up here? Well, I just tried to do a tracking shot with Wes with the drone, and the obstacle avoidance is way too sensitive for any of those trees, so it didn't go that well. So I'm gonna go find him. Wes, those are really cool goggles.
Do you like them?
No, they're so cool. How was the skiing?
Oh, really good.
Good, good.
Got a real good feeling, like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling, I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling.
With all the chaos in the news, oh my God. Social media is a nightmare. Just a nightmare. Complete nightmare. Even up here in Montana, people are freaking out. There's no toilet paper anywhere, and it's just terrible. I like can't even believe that or understand it in any way.
I think that it's gonna be great. I also feel like a politician right now because I'm like using my hands a lot and looking concerned with what's going on.
For sure.
So, do you have anything else to add? I don't have much.
So for the rest of the trip, we oscillated between filming, having a good time, and getting more news about the coronavirus and the way it's ransacking our country state by state. Until the ultimate climax of my trip, the Big Sky Resort shut its doors. And Wes and Alex's business lost their entire month's worth of revenue of renters in their homes that canceled their trips because they came to ski. And we ended filming, and I got on a plane and headed back to Kansas City. So here we are in just the most bizarre situation. And those of us that have quite a lot of debt and suddenly just lost a lot of revenue are in a pretty insecure place. In the beginning of this video, it was last Thursday. Today is Tuesday, if you're watching this. I'm recording this on Monday night. So if something major happens between now and then, I don't know about it. And on Thursday, I did not take the virus seriously. I thought it was hysteria. Today, I take the virus very seriously. It's a big deal. It's very dangerous. And I have asthma. I could get hit real hard by it, be in the ICU. Man, I was looking for that Montana trip to be a pick-me-up. The whole thing went to shit while I was up there. Tough external circumstances have got nothing on you when you've dealt with your tough internal circumstances. And if you haven't dealt with your tough internal circumstances, the tough external circumstances will put you face to face with them. Every time. And as somebody who has done a tremendous amount of self-work over the last 12 months, whew, I mean, today is my 7th year wedding anniversary. And if you've been watching my YouTube videos, you can understand that that's a complicated day for me at the moment. But this big scare, whatever the economic fallout, and I'm not saying that's going to happen. We may be 2 weeks from now be just fine. But you know, my brain goes to those places of like, okay, cool. Who's going to hire a company marketing video during the great coronavirus recession of 2020? Nobody. We're going to just try to survive. If that were to happen. This project with my cousin isn't really an official project. I mean, yes, I'm getting paid. We're doing business, but it's my cousin. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. Other than that, for the first time since 2014, I don't have any work. That's a pretty scary thought. I had 5 jobs canceled. I was already pretty light anyway. I know a lot of people that are in my position. Look, there's lots to be afraid of. And I have this weird, sick, twisted part of my personality where I like turn on the Dark Knight Rises music and kind of like try to embody the collective emotions, the tension rising to a breaking point that we're in right now. I think that's the filmmaker in me, the storyteller in me. But then I kind of step back away from that and it's like, oh shit, like we are in a moment of rising tension. And you know, tension starts to squeeze and pull and push until that pressure releases. And how does tension release in a good film? Well, there's a climax. Build your way up to that climactic point in a story when the shit hits the fan and the bad guys are at their worst and the heroes show up. We haven't gotten there yet in the COVID crisis of 2020, but we're headed there. If I had to make a prediction, I would say about 7 more days of this new city shutdown, countrywide unofficial shutdown, tons of self-quarantining. Give us a week, and sometime early next week we'll hit the climax. When we finally get test kits to actually find out how many of us actually have this, Plus, all of those of us who already have it, whether we know it or not, will begin showing symptoms and will hit a climax. And it'll become the darkest point in this whole thing. Stock market will crash further than it's crashed since 2008 on that day. 7 days from today. We'll call it Tuesday. And like, look, I hope I'm not right. I hope it's not devastating, but I'm just saying, tension goes somewhere. If you know good story. We'll see who the heroes are and who the villains are, and we already know who's the villain at the top, the dumbass who's worried about numbers more than people's lives. So on a somber note, we end this vlog on Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. Next time I see you, I'll be 32. My birthday's on Sunday. Happy birthday.